Okay, adding normal maps, diffuse maps and specular maps using cycles. First we want to switch into cycles render, then we want to add a mesh plane. This is going to be the surface which we're going to use. I'm going to scale it up a little bit to make it easier to see. Press 7 to get into top view and unwrap. Hang on, let's tab into edit mode and then unwrap. Unwrap. Okay. Next we need to assign a material to it. So we're going to new material and we'll call it stones. Now it's set to diffuse by default. Colour, right on the end of it we need to press the little dot, and then we're looking for image texture. Let's open one of these from my folder called wall. We've got a diffuse, a normal map and a specular map. So we're going to open the diffuse one up first onto our object. We're just going to throw it into rendered mode. You see we've got the texture on here. Now it's quite dark, so I'm going to adjust my lights. In fact, I'm going to let's get into my side view and let's make it size 3. Click use nodes. It wants to be emission, and let's make it 1000. Check in rendered mode. Yeah, we've got a bit more light. I'm going to move it down a bit and back a bit, so once we've got some surface on here we'll have something with the light kind of casting across it. Right, I'm going to drag this window up here so I can still see this one, and I'm going to change this into my node editor, which is this one here. Now we've got the emission light node visible, so I'm just going to right click on the plane to get the nodes we've just created. These you can click and drag them around a bit. We have an image texture, a diffuse texture, which is our surface, connected to our material output. Next we want to add another texture for our normal map. So we're going to go add texture, image texture, and drag this over here, and I'm going to go to my wall texture and find my normal map, which is this purple looking one, and then I'm going to add a I'd say vector and normal map. I'm going to connect the yellow one to the yellow one, and I want to connect the normal, which is a purple one, to the one marked normal. We need to adjust our lighting a bit. Let's just go into solid mode. Let's grab my light and just move it up and across a bit, see if that helps. See what we're doing a little bit, and you should be able to make out. Let's make my light 2000. That's a lot more brightness. You should be able to see some kind of surface detail has appeared as if by magic onto here. Now adjusting the strength of this will adjust how much kind of relief the normal map's putting into this thing. That's alright. Right, the next one, which is always the tricky one in my mind, is adding in the specular map. This should add some control over the shine that we're getting on this. So again, we want to add a a texture, an image texture, which we're going to drop in down there. We're going to open a specular map there. Now we need to add in a shader, a glossy shader, and we need to add in a mix node, which is a mix shader, and we want to plug our glossy into one of these, and I think we need to drop it in there. And you can see we've got really glossy image. This is because we're getting 100% glossy from this. The factor here will switch it between completely shiny and not shiny at all, but by default it's set to halfway, so it's half shiny, half not shiny. To control the output of the specular map, we want to plug the colour into the factor. But you notice here we're trying to plug a yellow one into a grey one, and while it will let us do it, it's wrong. So we need to add a converter to make it so it's sending the right kind of data. So we're going to add a converter node, and we want RGB to black and white, red, green, blue to black and white, and that goes from there to there. And now we've got a grey to a grey. Now we can plug this straight in, and you can see it's kind of working, but it'd be nice if we had a way to control this, a bit of a slider to turn it up and kind of tune in the amount of shine we're getting. So we need to add in, I believe it's a maths one, which is a converter, maths converter, which we're going to drop in here, and we're going to change it from an add to a multiply. Set it to 1. Now that's all the way up. 1 times 1 is 1. If we turn it to 0, that's completely not shiny, and then we can adjust anywhere in between the two. Now what this is doing, it's looking at the image texture we're using, which is a black and white image, and the black areas are giving a value of 0, and the completely white areas are giving a value of 1. So it's kind of pixel by pixel adjusting the levels. Let's just try to adjust my camera view. Camera to view. It's given us a pixel by pixel allocation of how shiny different parts of our image are going to be. So hit F12, we get quite a realistic looking stone, I think. Right, that's as simple as I can make it. Great, thank you.